Aloha, everyone. My name is Shana Melton, and I'm in the PACE 315 class with Professor Ha'aheo Guansen. This video here is my oral presentation for the elements of peace topic, and specifically the element of peace that I'd like to talk about this evening is forgiveness. So, kalamai, I'm a little bit nervous to talk about this. But I mean, I'm okay to talk about it now. But I wanted to talk about forgiveness because it's something that I've struggled with for a long time. And I still do today because I'm human. But I had to forgive my stepfather. Long story short, I am a survivor of sexual abuse. I was sexually abused from the time I was in the 7th grade all the way up to my junior year in high school. And I've had such a rough upbringing. I was bitter inside. I was angry. I had many violent thoughts, seated and planted deep within me. And I had so much anger, fear, guilt. You name it, I felt it. So, I was struggling to find the way out. I even went as far as, attempting to take my life more than just a few times. And it really rocked my world. It really did. But I am so blessed to actually share my story with others, because you never know what someone may be going through, and it's so important to be mindful of the things you say, the way you think. But to stay on track with the element of peace called forgiveness, it's difficult. It's easier said than done. It took me years to even, I didn't even know how to comprehend forgiveness toward him. But there's one thing that I do want you folks to take from this and really understand that forgiveness is not for the offender. Forgiveness is for the victim, for yourself. So with my story, being able to forgive him wasn't for him, but for me. You see, I had to forgive him in order to change my way of thinking, my way of living, everything. And, just to be upfront with you folks, I am a Christian. I am a believer of Jesus Christ and his beliefs and his teachings. Not to say that you gotta be a Christian to forgive. No, that's not what I'm saying. But it is something that helped me. So I've learned to forgive through the teachings of Jesus Christ, if that makes sense. And it's so important. I tried multiple times to forgive, and I'd say, okay, yes, I go to church and I'll pray, and I'd be like, okay, Lord, help me to forgive this person, but my mind was telling me that, but my heart, it was as if it was still hard, and I wasn't ready, so I had to be ready, willing and ready to let it go. I had to just lay everything at God's feet and say, you know what, God, I hit rock bottom. I have too cakey, and I cannot live my life the way that I'm living. So that's what I did. I attended a women's seminar through my sister's church, and I don't know, something was nudging me to just, hey, go up to one of the pastors and ask for prayer. So I did, and it was only then that I could fully let go of everything. Forgiveness changed the way I thought. And through the years, because of forgiveness, I was able to clear my mind of all the negativity and actually show compassion to my stepfather. I know that sounds so crazy, but it's true. I felt sorry for him. I actually would look at him and often think like, wow, he didn't do what he did to me because he wanted to or anything like that. Like all of that those thoughts were gone. My thinking when I looked at him and thought about the things that he did to me was he did it because he needs help, because he's sick in the mind. He needs help. That's my feelings toward him. And that's what forgiveness can do. It's really, really life-changing. And it's not until you forgive till you can actually start moving on with your life. Not to say that life is perfect for me today. I still suffer with, anxiety, putting myself out there in the open. I suffer with PTSD, but I don't allow those things to control me, to control who I am. I see myself as a stronger individual now. And what really helps me is my family. I have such a supportive husband, and my Kiki, my 2 daughters, they're my world. And I not only had to do it, forgive for myself, but I needed to do it for them, because I wasn't about to have them witness what I was going through, just spiraling downhill because of what had happened to me. I needed to put my foot down and make a change. So forgiveness is possible, with the help of family and friends who love and support you. I could go on for a really long time in this video, but just know this, that forgiveness takes work. But when you do, you'll feel so much better. You'll feel like you've gained your life back. You know, when you hold on, when you have unforgiveness in you, you know, it is a negative seed that stirs up, again, anger, bitterness, guilt, everything. But once you can forgive, all that, you know, starts washing out of you, because you're then watering the good seeds, the positive seeds in you, you know, and therefore it will change your thinking. And so again, forgiveness is, you know, easier said than done. It takes work, but it's well worth it. Please know that by forgiving, well, forgiveness again is not for the offender, but for the victim. And you know, you don't want to hang on to unforgiveness, because when you do, you allow the offender to still have control over you. When you forgive, you rise above the offender, and that's just so important. Again, like how I said, I could go on, but I just hope, you know, maybe my story will, you know, inspire others. And I just want to put it out there that, you know, if you or anyone that you know is going through any type of abuse, sexual abuse, physical abuse, mental abuse, I mean, I've been through it all, but don't be afraid to tell someone. You know, it's so important. That's the first step. There's help. There's free hotlines that you can call to receive help. And, you know, just take that first step and just know that you're not alone, that you are loved, you know. And one thing to remember in closing is that God loves you and that you are enough. This concludes my oral presentation of my personal peace element of forgiveness. I wish you all the best. And until then, ahiho.